Welcome to the Stress Outlet. My name is Dr. Kimberly Quinn, and G and I are here back in the woods in the rain again. Check out these wild green plants. There are fiddleheads all over the place. I'm not sure if that's them in waiting or for their little to pop up. I don't know. But anyway, those popped up since we got back, or since we left, I mean. And so anyway, G and I have been talking about, knowing our value. Now we're going to step that stuff up. Because knowing our own values, we said, is the key to the rest of it. The good stuff can't really unfold until we believe it. Okay, so here's the other thing, and it also goes in the everyday. There's the bigger stuff, but there's the daily, just like the daily water cooler chat. Just you're at the cashier at the grocery store, you're talking to somebody behind you. They're like the smallest things. Our self-value messaging oozes out of our pores. We actually teach people how to treat us all day long. And so the thing with the self-value, if he's got a stick there, we've talked about this, is, instead, if you're possibly thinking, because maybe you had a lot of bad messaging as a child or whatever, how am I going to do this? It's overwhelming. How am I going to get there? You are going to get there. One step at a time, one baby step at a time. The whole thing, we talked about the switch being turned on. Once it's turned on, it doesn't get turned off because you've had an awakening. We might have to move back over onto the path because that happens to all of us. We kind of get derailed a little bit back in alignment, but you don't lose sight of that. Once you've had the awakening, you know what it's like to not feel in alignment. It doesn't feel good. It's kind of like, kind of a goofy example is if you're used to running every day and then you don't feel right. I'm not saying you don't take a day off, you know what I mean? It's kind of it's sort of an okay example. But once you are used to, feeling that authenticity, feeling that alignment, when we do get pulled away, you just got to figure out how to get back. It's just how it works. So not to worry about that. Just stay on the path and do your best. We talked about it. 4 steps ahead, 3 back, 5 ahead, 2 back, whatever. You're still going forward. Okay? You're still going forward. So here's the thing. We teach people how to treat us. So this is why we have to remember, we are working towards our value. We're doing well because if you don't show up for you well, I see a woodpecker over there. Hashtag squirrel. Hashtag woodpecker. Okay. If you don't show up for you, nobody else is gonna want to either. It oozes out of our pores because it's coming from the vault. So we're teaching people how to treat us all day long. This is why we're gonna get into the boundary thing. It's really, 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 really important to learn how to say no and without apologizing. Okay? To learn how to say no and without apologizing. Stay tuned.